Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at Imperium magazine issues 7, 8, 9 and 10. In the previous videos I've gone through them individually, but in this one I thought, because we've got a real Necron theme with these four, I'd open them all together. Issues 9 and 10 are going to be the same set, issues 8 is going to be one Necron model, and then issue 7 is some paint. So in this video we'll go through them all, I'll flick through the magazine, show you the contents, and then get all the models built too. So let's start with issue number 7, and you can see here we get 3 paints. We get a base paint Mechanicus Grey, base Corax White, and a base Retributor Armour. So these are going to get a lot of use on these miniatures, and of course they're all themed to paint our Space Marines and our Necrons. And you can see they're the same size as the regular pots, so you're not getting smaller pots here. And so, you know, for $8.99 for this issue, you're not saving an awful lot of money here. Sometimes you lose a little bit on these, especially if you can get a discount on the paints. But I still think overall, $8.99 an issue evens out. And so on the ones where you get the 3 paints, it's not the best, but it's still good to have. So this is a great issue. In this one, we've got the Ultramarines names and titles. So you've got a rolling table there. And also for the Necrons too. So these are really nice touches. And you've got names for your heroes, both Space Marines and Necrons as well. And then you've got a little bit of reading to do, which is always great. And then you learn in a bit of the lore, and then a really good how to paint guide. If you want to do the traditional method, then this is the way to go. I was going to do the traditional method with mine, but now I'm going for more of a grimdark look, and I'll be using some dry brush techniques. I think it looks a bit more my kind of style. So yeah, I think these are a bit too bling for me, a bit clean looking. So I want to dirty them up with a grimdark style. So there we go, but great if you want to learn how to paint traditionally. Then we got the playthrough, and these are starting to get really interesting now as we're moving through. So look out for the videos on the playthroughs coming really soon. As soon as I get enough models painted up, I'll start doing those playthroughs so you can see them in action. So they're on the way, and they're in the plan for sure. And then on the back, it tells us what's coming for the next issues. This one, it goes for 8, 9 and 10. Usually it's just 2 issues ahead, but because we're getting those warriors, it gives us 3. Now let's have a look at issue 8, and in this we get some dice, 6 10mm dice, so nothing really fancy there, but you can never have too many dice. And we've got a 40mm base ready for our Necron model, which is a villainous Necron Overlord. And here you can see the sprue. I'll just focus on this so you can have a quick look. I'll take some photos of this and build him in this video, so you'll get to see some really close-ups. But it's good to see some of the details when it's on the sprue, I think. So this should give you an idea of the kind of standard you're looking at. And again, these are the same models you'd buy separately. So this is a good value at $8.99. Now let's have a look at the magazine for this one. So we've got our Necron Overlord there. We're going to be able to customize with some names and paint guides as well. This section's always really good. Tells you all about the different weapons, all the different things he's holding, his armor, bit of lore and how it works in the game as well. So I really find those interesting. And then you get a battle record to keep track of your different soldiers and different warriors during the game. So this is really great too. How to build, brilliant how to build guides in these magazines, really well detailed and put together, as well as the paint guide as well. So these I'm pretty much going to paint close to how they're doing it here. Just some base coats of metal. Again, I want to go a bit grimdark, so I'll be doing a bit of dry brushing, lots of washes, but nice and simple, and get these ready quite quickly. And now I'm starting to build up the models as the collection grows. I want to get these painted quite quick. Now we've got a nice playthrough here. You can see the Overlord is going to go up against the Primaris Aggressors on his own. So he's definitely a tough customer. So it's great to have a tough character come into the army. And it's got all the rules and stats you need. And again, these will be played out in videos here on the channel once I get them all painted and ready to go. And then on the back, we get to see the next 2 issues, 9 and 10, which is going to combine to give us the Warriors. And here's issue 9. So we get 1 sprue, which is going to make up the 10 warriors and 3 scarabs. So we get some 6 bases. We're going to get the 32mm bases. We're going to get 4 of those. And then we're also going to get 2 of the 40mm. And here's one of the sprues. Now you're going to need both sprues to build this. So if you buy issue 9, you're pretty much going to have to wait till issue 10, unless you get them at the same time, to put all these together. But you can see some really nice detail. And again, it's the same sprues you're going to buy if you pick the set up separately. And let's have a flick through of the issue 9 magazine, and this is a really good one. It does say on here you get 13 miniatures, but it is part 1 of 2, so you don't get 13, you get half of the set required to build them. Inside, again, this nice informative page. I think these are really good. You get loads of info from that, and the back record, and again, more information and lore about these Canoptek scarabs. So these pages are full of information, really good. And I really like this about the collection, because you don't learn it all at once. You're not overwhelmed by a huge book. You can just read these little snippets each week, and it's really fun getting it delivered. I love it. It's so good. And then we've got the how to build again. You've got some variations here with weapons and heads, so you've got lots of choices. The poses are pretty much as you see them, so not much going on in way of variation there. Another playthrough, so this is good now. We're starting to use the different mats that we received in previous issues to play them out. We've got the rules and all our stats on one page, so it's nice and easy. And again, this will feature as a video as well. So I'm going to use all the playthroughs, and once I get some painted up, and we can see how we go. Now, issue 11 is coming next, and that's going to look really good. We get the Primaris Librarian and a brush, so great value. And we also get this, the Ultramarine Strike Force pullout, and I love this. This is fantastic. We get a great image of the Ultramarines army there, all laid out. You've got all the main character, Rabute Gilliman there, and it tells you about all the different sections. You've got the chapter structure, which I think is fun to learn about, the whole organisation and how it all works. So this is a really nice pullout to keep, and you get a lot of information from this. So this is what I really like from the magazines too. So there we go. I think that's my favourite part of issue 9. Now we're on to issue 10, and we're going to get the second part of the sprue, so we can build those 13 miniatures. We're going to get 7 bases and this sprue. So here we go, we can have a look. I'll just let that focus again, and so you can see we get another set of scarabs there, and then we get the rest of the parts of the models we need. So really great, nice detail, and these are going to be really fun once they're all painted up. We get the bases again, so you've got 632mm, 140mm. Let's have a flick through of issue 10 now. And so here we're going to get some name tables for the different weapons and war gear. So this is really good. You can choose or roll a dice. And I think this is fun to really learn about the different weapons as well. You get a little bit of info about each one, and then you can name them for your characters. So I think this is all great fun. And it's nice to see everything laid out on just a couple of pages there. It really makes it clear. Lovely paint guide again. We're continuing with the paints, and it makes sure it uses the paints you've already received so that you're good to go, and then you can start building it up in stages each week. I prefer to kind of wait a good few weeks and get all the paints I need and a bunch of miniatures and do them in batches, because you've got so many. Like here you've got 13. It's a lot quicker to get it ready. Now we've got another playthrough. This time we're using the big mat, and now we've got a lot more models on the table. But here you can see those 13 warriors are going up against 3 aggressors. So, 3 assault intercessors. So you can kind of get an idea of just how tough they are compared to the intercessors. So really nice. This is a really good page, the rules reference, and that's got a lot of information there, all in one place. So this is a really thorough playthrough, and this is the one I was really looking forward to see, because we can now start to really develop the game and start picking up on more rules. Can't wait for that librarian. Get some nice paints in the next issues as well. So there we go. Hopefully that's given you an idea of what's in the magazines and the sprues. So now I'll go away, get all these built, and then you can see everything put together up close, and we'll catch up with all the previous models combined too. So here's the 3 paints from issue 7. Nothing to say much about that really. And then we've got issue 8, where we've got our Overlord and the 6 dice, and he went together nicely. Great looking model, some really nice detail. I love the faces on these. And then also on the weapon, you can see some nice details built into that. And that back kind of cloak is really cool. So looking great, really happy with this model. And then from the next 2 issues, 9 and 10, we could build these 10 warriors and the 3 scarabs. So these look really great. Going to be really simple to paint. Do a little quick base on these. And you've got 2 different variations of the weapons. So I built 5 of each and just chose some of the more interesting faces with a bit of battle damage. I thought that gave them a lot more character. Then on the backs you can see there. So the poses are, as you can see, you can't really change that. So now with the models we've had in previous issues, we're starting to get quite a nice collection. And I've started to paint some of them just with the base coat of the different metals. And these guys are awesome. These look really cool. You get 3 of these all together. And so you can see now we're really starting to get a nice little army put together for our Necrons. And then also for the Space Marines. we've got 8 models altogether, so a little bit outnumbered, but I think they're a lot more powerful, so they could certainly hold their own. And with the librarian that we get in the next issue, I think that's going to be really fun to add together. And we also, in that pack of 4 issues that get delivered, we'll get some more intercessors, and then we're really ready to go with these battle reports and playthroughs. So here's the full layout of all the miniatures now. There's our Necron army, and then we've also got our Ultramarines army building up really nicely. So a fun little haul from issues 7, 8, 9 and 10. I'm really happy with these. I'm really liking the Necrons a lot more than I thought I would as well. They're really growing on me, but really happy with exactly what was included here. And if you're interested in signing up for the subscription, unfortunately the subscriptions have now closed on their website for the Imperium magazine. Click the buy back issues, it will take you to Hachette Partworks, and they've sold out of most of these. Issues 2 and 1 are still available, but they're probably the not so good value. Issue 1's pretty good, but when you consider it was only $2.99 at the beginning, paying $8.99 seems a bit tight now. But all the others are out of stock. So I would recommend checking out forbiddenplanet.com. Just type in Imperium at the top, and it's going to give you all the magazine issues that are available. So they've got a lot still in stock that you can pick up. They do a decent price as well. You have to pay a little bit for delivery, but I think it's still worth it. And you can even buy batches. So you could buy, if you want 10 of one issue, you can do that, no problem. So although the subscription's ended, all's not lost. You can still pick up some issues, and it might be great just to pick up the ones you really like the most. So there we go, that brings us to the end of this video and all the issues we've gone through, 7, 8, 9 and 10. If you want to see issues 1 through 6, they're up on the channel as well, so you can watch those already, and I'll be doing 11, 12, 13 and 14 really soon. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. If you like this kind of content and would like to support the channel, then please check out my Patreon page, and thanks to everyone who's joined so far. It's really awesome. We hang out on Discord, talk about the hobby, share ideas and help each other out, and you'll get some perks there that you're not going to find anywhere else. So I'll put a link in the description, and it'd be great to see you there.